Hey everyone. I was stuck, like it wasn't showing anything about streaming. So for that reason, let's just see how to set up the OBS and let me. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Uh, okay. Now it's great. Let's start with the basics. So today we will be talking about Linux, and I guess it isn't a new topic, as you might know already. So let's just understand what Linux is and the basic command you need to get started. Start with the Linux, as well as have a broad idea about commands, like command line interface. You really need experience in the command line tools, and in the command you should be very much, you should have confidence about using it, because it is the primary thing you will be using in the like a production area mostly. So let me just show you some stuff, and then we will be doing some things. Or should I go first and tell you about history of Linux or something? Should I? mm, Let me see. Okay, let me see. mm, okay, so let's start with some explanation about Linux, and then we will be start looking for more. So okay, before starting, let me give you a context about this videos. Oh, basically, let me tell you about history of Linux, because it is already too much time we have taken. So initially, it was a project about it was about 1980 1991, when the Linux kernel, not the Linux but its kernel, was developed by Linus, started by Linus Torvalds. Uh, he is a engineer itself, a Finnish computer science engineer at a university. He was, so basically at that time there was compatibility issue with the Unix system, mostly at the time it was 803060, 8360, 8360. Yes, 8360 was the operating system developed by Intel processor. Okay, so it have major issues with integration part of the hardware, and mostly it is very hard to find it working with it. So at that moment we really need a operating system that is compatible with the hardware itself and utilize all the resources of hardware. So for that, uh, he developed a kernel. Like he started working on a kernel, not the Unix system, but its kernel, like a core part who access the hardware itself and manages resources. So, and also after that, the kernel developed by the Linus, then it was given a, not given any company, but it was an open source by GNU project. GNU might be thinking there are multiple projects like MIT, GNU, GNP. there's sort of a license that required for the project. Okay, so after that, like too many, like not too many, but some years later, it was like gain to so many, like appreciation by the people, and it was like introduced as symmetric multiprocessing SMP, support for multi-core servers. Okay, so initially we had only one core at a time, one processor at a time. You can like one, you might say it like we can execute one thing at a time or access one thing at a time. That was sort of a single processor. But in a multiprocessor, we can run multiple things in the background as well as access multiple things currently in the same windows. Okay, so and in today's as well, I think you might have you might have watched the videos of Linus. So he already told us like about he mostly works with the Fedora part. I guess he is a Fedora guy, I guess, because they are mostly focused on the kernel part, like developing and utilizing the resources. But at this moment, I am on a Ubuntu right now. It is a similar, but like more to the user perspective. Okay, now I guess you have an idea about Linux, what it is and how its journey begins and where are we now. So it is a high level story, you might be thinking. So let's just start with the command. So first and foremost command is pwd, and what it does, it's print your working directory, your current working directory. In the command itself, print working directory, it says simply. So it will print you your present working directory in which you are in. So you might be able to see where I am right now in the terminal, in which folder or file I am in. Okay, and now you might be wondering, Mohit, how do I know like how many files are there in the Mohit folder itself? So I would say do a command ls, and you will be able to see Android desktop, documentation, music, this sort of all the folders, all the blue here, all the blue files, all the blue names you are seeing here are directories, folders, and the Jarvis part, it's a file. You might be saying, how do you know that? How do I know that? That's a really interesting question as well. So because how do I know that? So let me just show you. ls desktop. Now you see there are multiple things now, and the simple thing is their color is blue and the Jarvis itself is white, means it's file. And now I think our terminal got a little messier in here, so let me just clean it with the clean command. Just write clean and hit it, it will clean. Now let's start with the again the ls command itself. It lists files, and you might be saying, Mohit, it is little confusing in this format. Let me give you this format. What do you think? A little detailed version of earlier ls command with a little extra details of files and folders. And here you might be seeing some things like this, some words, 3, Mohit, some numbers, August, this month's, year, folder name. So let's decode some of them. Just a high level, I will be giving you a deep knowledge of high level, then you might be able to go with the yourself and explore it. So these are the permissions in folder you have. If it is starting with the D, it is a directory itself, a folder. R means it is readable, W means it is writable, X means it is executable. So that means you can execute it like ls desktop. You can execute the folder itself. Okay, and here you will be seeing rw only. That means it will have only read and write permissions, and after that the bottom one have read write and rr. What do you think? Basically in Linux we have multiple groups and users present because it is a multi-processing system, as I talked about SMP, semantic multi-processing system. Okay, so in here there can be multiple users. So for that reason itself, it is a divided into three parts. Three, like this one, and this one. Okay, so this is what? System. This is user. This is super user, sorry, and this is user. Okay, I guess I might be wrong or something, but yeah, those are the permissions itself. We will talk more into it later. Okay, so let's just see how things are going on. Yeah, now we have seen the ls command itself. Let's go with the more commands and learn about other command sets as well as. So after you have said like Mohit, we already know about the ls command. What it does, it prints all the files in the directory or in the folder we are in. And you would say like, Mohit, I want to go inside Android or desktop. How do I do that? So for that you will use cd command, cd desktop, and the thing is I am pressing tab button to auto complete it because it is faster and easy to use, and that's what we do. We are developers. So okay, cd command. Cd means change directory, desktop. Now I am inside a desktop folder. So for that, and one more thing before going forward, so cd, that means change directory. 1 dot means current directory, 2 dot means back directory. 1 dot is current directory, 2 dots mean back to the previous directory, backward, forward. Okay, so if I do that, you will see that I am back inside where? Mohit. And if I do that, where am I? Mohit desktop. Okay, this might be easy for you to understand. This is not complicated, just some small words with the meaningful, just some short forms with the meaningful information. Okay, change directory, cd, pwd, print working directory, list file, ls, list, ls. Everything is simple in there, and let's just clear it. Clearing the terminal itself, we can use clear command, and then it will like clean up your whole terminal like a magic. Okay, so for that reason, for that, now we should be going more forward with the commands. Okay, so you might be saying, Mohit, okay, now I know about the cd command, ls command, and pwd command. I have idea about how it works, and now I will be comfortably use them. Now I would be saying, let's do one more commands as well, do some more commands to get starting with more deeply. You might be saying, Mohit, now we can change file directory and back and move forward easily. Okay, Now Mohit, I want to create a file. How do I do that? Well, it is quite simple, you know. What we have to do? VI, it's a VI editor. It is inbuilt in the terminal itself in the Ubuntu. You now have to write file name. What do you want to call it? I would like to say it my file.txt. Okay. Wow, where am I right now? Well, we are in the editor because VI is the editor. It is a CLI based editor. You can say it. So right now I am in the editor. Now I want to write it something in here. Before that I have to press I for the insert part. As you can see in here, it's written in insert. So it means I can start writing in here. This is a demo. Alright. Now I will press escape colon WQ exclamation mark. Wow, we are back. And now what I do? I will do ls. Here it's a magic. myfile.txt, it exists in here. Wow, my friend, you have just created a file called myfile.txt in the Linux itself. And now let's go much further to understand more. And before that, let me do it one more time so that you will be able to understand the commands and you will be comfortable in the future. So vi myfile.txt, what it does, it creates a file called myfile.txt. Okay, if you can even give this my file, it will create file. You don't have to worry, the default extension is txt itself. But for that I am just doing this for my help. Okay, let's do it one more time. As you can see in here, this is a demo. It is written in here which we wrote last time. Okay, now what I will do, press I. Now you can see in here it is written insert, so that means I can start writing. Now I will do one more thing. This is updated text. Okay, now after that what I have to do, I have to press escape colon WQ exclamation. So basically it tells I have written the file, please quit from this file. Okay, I will enter it. Now you can see that it is saved in here. Okay, so now you might be saying, Mohit, I want to see what inside the file is written. And I would say, yes, we can totally do that. It is doable and easy to do it. So let me just show you a magical command which we can use to read files content. Cat and what? myfile.txt. Here's the whole file data we have written in the file is here. This is a demo, this is a updated text. Okay, the cat command read the data from the file. Easy peasy. Okay. Okay, so we have seen ls, pwd, cd and cat, vi and any other command. Okay, let's see more commands. What we can do in here now. Mohit, you would say, Mohit, I want to see about my system itself. I would say yes, you can definitely. Here uname -a, basically it tells me it's a Linux, the host, the version Ubuntu SMP, semantic multiprocessor. Preempt dynamic Friday 13th time UTC 2026 x86. This is the architecture. GNU, General Public Journal, like some sort of a license. It is a license GNU. Okay, and host name, more host name Jarvis, the desktop itself. Okay, and one more commands. Let's now you would say after ls, Mohit, I want to move this file somewhere else. How would I do that? So I would say do mv my file and what okay, do one more thing, do this documents. Let's move it to documents Mohit file. Now it is moved. How would I know that? I will show you. What move command does is it will take this file and move this file into this folder. Don't worry about it, I have multiple Mohit folders in the system itself. So basically now you would say, Mohit, how do I know that my file is moved or not? I would say do an ls. There is no file, there is no my file .txt exists anymore. And you say, how do I know that it moves to the documents Mohit folder itself? Now I would say let's do some previous command, cd documents Mohit, okay, and ls. Now you would be saying, where is my file? There is a file, myfile.txt. Does it contain the same data? Do command myfile.txt. Yes, this is demo. It contains the same data you have entered previously while creating the file through vi command. Let's clean the terminal, it's quite messy in here. Okay, how about this? Okay, now we are inside different folder, and now you would say, Mohit, I want to change my file name. How would I do that? I would say you can do that, and it is quite easy to do that, and you might have done it previously as well with the mv command itself. You might be saying, Mohit, but it's command for moving file from different directory to different directory? I would say yes and no, but let me finish it. So basically the myfile.txt is like, okay, so mv, what it does is it moves one file from to another place, but it can also do one thing. So basically the main file.txt, it will take as an input and execute, like put it in somewhere else as you prefer in a name. Okay, so let me show you my file.txt. So I have given the my file.txt. Now I would say that I want to move this file in the same directory in the Mohit itself. So what means the dot command itself. As you can see, when I put dot /, it's showing me the current forward directory. Okay, now I would do that my file 2.txt. okay, now you might be saying, Mohit, it is confusing. Let me do it. Let me show you. Now my file 2 dot exist in here instead of my file. Let's just check the content itself if it is correct or not. Yes, they are correct. So move your directory from move your file one directory to another directory, as well as change their names. Okay. Okay, so now what do you think? Let's just say I want to make a copy of it as well. I would say cp my file.txt, my file2.txt, and make another file, my file.txt, the previous name we have used. Now what I will do, I will copy this new file which we change name into a my file.txt to create a new copy of it. Okay. Okay, now as you can see in here, I have two files available, my file 2. Okay. Okay, and also like I can do one different thing as well, like my file 2, and I can send this file somewhere as, like, copy this file in some another directory as well, but we are not going to do that in here. I'm just showing you how it works in a different directories. So basically, let me just show you things. Or are these enough for right now? I think they are pretty much enough commands you might need. These are the commands. Let me just show you one more command as well to do so you can perform CRUD operation in the file itself. Okay, so for, as you can see in here, we have two files, so that suppose I don't need them anymore. How would I do that? I would say rm, but be more cautious about this command. It can delete your whole operating system your whole kernel and your whole file system. So be so much cautious about this command, and always prefer, like, double check before running this command. So I would say my file 2 and my file as well. Now you might be saying, Mohit, it doesn't print anything. Does it remove or not? I would say definitely it removes the files. Let's just check it. ls, there isn't any file called my file.txt or my file2.txt. okay, let's just clear it. So we have done some commands like perform CRUD operation on a file in a Linux itself. Through cat command we can read it, ls command we can list the whole file and directory, vi command we can write and create a file, and rm can remove or delete your file, mv can change your file name, cp can copy your file in a different place and same place as well, and pwd can print your current working directory, and uname can print your system details, host name as well, print the detail of your host, the name you can see in here, this one. Okay. Yes, these are the basic commands you should have confidence to perform, because these are some really important commands you should know as a developer or engineer. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me just yeah, So let's just finish it in here. I will see you tomorrow or tomorrow after with some more commands or new tools, or some really interesting topic you might want to learn about, with some great explanation and some great UI, because today we are using it as a plain terminal. I know it's pretty much boring to use, but believe me, this is really important as an engineer working on things or products. Okay, see you later. Thank you for the video watching till here. Bye bye.